Video 2, Primary Triads. In this video I'm going to give you 3 examples of building the primary triads in major keys. And then at the end I'll give a review of the steps. So here we are, you see the key signature for F major. So remember that the primary triads are built on the 1, the 1st degree of the scale, the 4, the 4th degree of the scale, and the 5, or the 5th degree of the scale. So if we're in F major, F is 1. We're going to build a triad on that. And FAC, we know that the 3 primary triads in a major key are all major. And so this is a F major triad. Kind of got that sort of scrunched. That's okay. Our lives will go on. So the next one, we need to count up to the 4th degree of the major scale, or F major scale. So F is 1, G is 2, A is 3, and then B flat, remember the key signature, B flat is 4. We're going to build a triad on that. We could analyze this, but we know that this is going to end up being a B flat major triad. Now remember, you don't need the flat here on the staff because you have the accidental over here in the key signature. But when you write the name of the triad, the key signature doesn't apply to the name of the triad. We have to write B flat. If we just write B here, that's going to be wrong because that's not a B, that's a B flat. Anyway, so our 3rd triad, we're going to go up one more step from the B flat in the scale, which is going to be C. We'll build the triad on C, which is a C major triad. Now from the last video, you'll remember, to give the dominant triad a little bit more pizzazz or whatever, a little bit more impetus to resolve that sense of tension where we've had a long hard day and we're fighting the good fight to get through that grocery store and everyone's sort of pushing and trying to get ahead in line and that sort of thing. And finally we get home, but having more tension in the dominant chord is kind of what gives us that sense of music. So we're going to add a 4th note to the dominant triad. So here we are in the spaces, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 3, 5. We're going to add a new note, a 4th note, on the next space. And remember that this is called the 7th degree. And so we add a 7 to the Roman numeral and a 7 to the chord symbol. And now we have completed our primary triads in F major. That's the entire process. It's pretty straightforward. Remember that because we have a key signature, we never, in major keys, need any other accidentals for these. Really, we just build the 3 triads, add the extra note to the dominant, and add the 7s. That's it. So we're looking at a bass clef staff, D major key signature, and we're going to build the primary triads in D major. And so in D major, the tonic triad is going to be built on D, and then we're going to count up to the 4, the subdominant, D, E, F sharp, G, and then we're going to go up to the 5th, which is going to be A. I did a little bit of preemptive work here to make this happen. Boom! So we have our 1, 4, and our 5. And we're going to go back and let's build our triads. So we have D, F sharp, A, G, B, D, A, C sharp, E. If we analyze these triads, we know anyway that they're all 3 of these are going to be major because we're in a major key. Tonic is D major, the 4, or the subdominant, is G major, the 5, dominant, is A major. And the last step to this is we need to add the fourth note to the dominant triad, and so we're stacking the notes here on the lines. So we have A, C sharp, E. The next line is going to be a G, kind of high up here. We add our fourth degree, or our seventh degree. And so what we need to do to that is we're going to add a 7 to the Roman numeral and a 7 to the chord symbol. And with all of that done, we have created the primary triads in D major. Now back to the analog version. So one more for you. We know we're going to need the 1, the 4, and the 5. So in A flat major, it's going to be the same as the A flat major scale. So the first degree is going to be on A flat. 2 would be B flat. 3 would be C. 4 is going to be on D flat, which this is coming in a little bit low. That's actually a D flat. Then one more note up to the 5 is going to be E. So we're going to build the triads. We know that this triad on A flat is going to be major because we're in major. So A flat. This triad on D flat is going to be major. This triad on E flat is going to be major. The last step, again we're on the spaces, so we're going to add an additional note on the next space up, the 7th degree. We add a 7 to the Roman numeral and a 7 to the chord symbol. And we've got our primary triads in A flat major. Next we're going to go on and I'm going to review the rules for how to build the primary triads in major keys.